Okay, here we go. Last thing I need to do is get the chat open. And oh my god. Oh, you guys are gonna see that message. That's gonna be awful. That's alright. Might have to edit this video after it goes live. Okay. When last we left our heroes, I was working on. So we've got our system going, and we've got almost everything the way we want it. It's just a little bit of bug. And yeah, I see I'm still getting the collision detection, so I'm going top. So if I hit up, then it stops when it gets to the edge, which is really weird. I see what's going on. Okay, so there's a couple things I gotta change. Yeah. So down is working fine, left is working fine, right is working fine. So it's, no, down's not 100%. Down when going right is fine. That's our clue. Aha! We found it. Okay, so we know where the problems lie. He sees the problem immediately. Okay. Oops. Man, what is going on with... Man. This interface is a little wonky. I'm not afraid to say it. Okay, let's try it again. Whoa, what the hell happened there? Okay. Alright, look at that. It's looking good, man. Look at that sweet, sweet. Alright, so we got a bug we're gonna need to deal with. It's okay though. Stream health is low, that's weird. Wonder why. Okay, so we have a glitch with our steering, which is if we have chosen a new direction, so like, let me show you. If we're going down here and I tap down, well, that's not a good example. if I tap down here, let go, it still goes down. So it like remembers the direction. And that is because interesting. Variable definitions. Very interesting. Okay, well. Sorry. Yeah, I just stumbled across something else mid. Okay. So alright, I see the problem. Because that variable is going to be held. So what we're going to do is object new direction false. So when we bomb and we say there is a collision, we return false. Which means that object new direction continues to stay the same. So we need to wipe out object new direction when see. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. So we want to set object new direction I don't like this, but I'm going to do it like this. Because this is always going to fire before we change directions. Let's see if this works. Yeah. Sweet. Sweet googly moogly. Alright. Looking good now. Controls are perfect. So, I need to pat myself on the back with that. So here's what we're doing. We're gonna tweet. Cause I'm alone. I'm alone. Okay, so now we're on to pellets, guys. We're on to pellets. So the question is, how do we handle pellets? Do we draw them on the same plane? We got a tile set. Or do we have a pellet plane? Separate. I think we should do separate. Because why? Well, if I want to do something fancy, like maybe have the pellets wiggle or something, I think that might be easier to do on a separate plane. Okay. But I do think it's worth doing another tile set for it. So we could do different colored pellets, we can swap them out, we can do all kinds of cool things. So let's do this. And we're doing 32 by 32. Apply. And what happened? Zoom in. Why does it look so small? Edit image. Oh, that's right. Okay, paint bucket. And we're just going to do straight up white. Let's get it there. And then I want to resize this bad boy. This is a trick I've seen plenty of dudes do, which is useful. Well, height stays the same. There we go. Boom. So there's our tile set. Let's edit. Okay. Now we're going to build our pellets. Oops. 10 pixels wide. 10 pixels wide. 10 pixels wide. And lastly, how many pixels wide do you think we're going to do? 12. Just kidding, 10. Okay, so that is a very big pellet. So I think I need to trim it more. So let's do 11 pixels inward. Still too big. 12. So on 32, 12 on both sides would make 24, which would make it 12 pixels. Okay, so let's go back to the room. And let's say, oops, I need to make a tile set. Roger that. We're going to call this SPR Pellets, implying that there will be more than one, but currently there is only one. And we will create a tile set, and we're going to call this Tile Pellets. And let's grab that sprite. Tile set properties is going to be 32 by 32. Let's go back to the stage. And now we pick our tile set. Now we pick our tiles and we draw. And we draw. Alright, sweet ass pellets are coming into play. Look at those pellets everywhere. It's gorgeous. Gorgeous pellets. Okay, my link. I'm going to share this with my buddies. Nobody's watching right now. I'm alone in the universe. I am a lone dev guy doing dev stuff. Speaking of stream options, is there... Go to advanced settings. I wonder if there's, nope. Alright, I'm gonna tell my buddies. Okay, let's look up Miss Pacman stage. Go to Google. So we're looking for that classic Miss Pacman. I think we found it. There it is. There it is right there. Okay. So pellets are everywhere but right inside. Oops. How embarrassing. Oops again. Alright, I think that's That's all of them, right? Looks like it's so open. Crazy. Okay, well, we got the exact same layout. The collisions shouldn't be happening on the pellets, and they're actually above the character, which no, they're not. So I should pass over them. They're not going to go away though. Yeah. Okay. Looking good. Looking good, muchacha. Look at that. Okay. So now we need to get some code going for pellet collision. And I'm going to be super super picky about the actual, there it is, mask that I use for collision on the pellets. So bounding box I think is set to let's check the help on that, shall we? Let's check the help on bounding box. Alright. Bounding box. And oh. Read-only variable returns the Y position within the room at the bottom of the bounding box for the instance, where the bounding box is defined by the maximum width and height of the mask for the instance, as set by the sprite or the mask index. When you define an object in GameMaker Studio, you assign it to a mask. It can be used for collisions rather than one that corresponds to the defined sprite. This variable can be used to define the sprite index of that mask, or it will return 1 if no sprite has been assigned, or to set the mask for the instance to the chosen sprite. That's weird. Okay. watch a video of Miss Pacman because I need to see how the pellet action goes. So we're just going to watch this video of the arcade game. This is not Miss Pacman. So it looks like it goes... Oh, you see that? That was some lead stuff right there. I've done that before. Oh, well. First things first, we need to have a collision happen on the tile set. Okay, so there's our pellet map. And I mean, I could just do the same exact code, and instead of map ID, we just do map pellet ID, right? And then So I think we're going to need to do okay. Let's try this. So we got to get at pixel, and then we got to set at pixel. And we're going to use the exact same coordinates in the tile data. It's going to be the tile data set to use. Tile data set. Set flip. This function can be used to set a given set of tile data to an empty tile. Hey Trish, she's up. I gotta go take care of my baby girl, I think. You can try. Tile set. Tile set at pixel. should work. It's really messy. I need to set some of this in variables. It's probably gonna crash. Yep. Oh. Once again. Let's try again. That's plural. Okay, that's good though. Let's see. All right. So for right now, we're eating going left. So I need to set it up for the other directions too. But in the meantime, it's looking good. Okay, so there's a couple things I want to do here. I want to have it happen when it's right over the so the middle of the character is over the pellets. So far everything is based off of the bounding box. And I haven't set up the origin. Which, why is it always in the blank? Every time I open up Pack Dude, I make a new sprite. It's really fucking... Oh, it's because I'm hitting that. Okay. While dropping F-bombs. This pisses me off. Collision mask is same as sprite. What's the sprite collision mask? Top left, we're going to do middle center. Okay. Let's make sure this doesn't break the game. That's right. Because we're floating in space. What about top center? Yeah, the whole code is based off of top left. Not that big of a deal because I can rewrite the code to handle that. But we want to eat the pellets when we're going both directions, obviously, and when we're over, they're in the middle of the dude. That's weird. It shouldn't matter where. Regardless. Okay. So. Is there a middle? Sprite width. That's what we're looking for, sprite width. That didn't work at all. I get it now. I need to include that with the bounding box. So it would be if we're going left, this would be a positive. Okay. So, just to keep going, I am going to put this in the rest of the code as well. I know this isn't a clean way to do it. And so probably tomorrow streaming is going to be code cleanup. Because this is messy as all hell. So this is going to be minus because we're going to the right now. And yeah, okay. This is right. Everything is going to be bounding box right. Everything is going to be minus. And plus object speed. Plus your object speed. Okay. So going left and right, we should be eating pellets. And we're going down too. Whoops. Why is that? Do we only need one collision? I think we only need one collision. happening because I copied the code in. God, this whole time I'm like, what did I do? Am I a genius? How's it working? No, you're not. It really isn't. Whoa, I'm a genius. No, you're not. It isn't working. Have you, Road, have you done any programming? Do you have any programming experience whatsoever? Make sure my mic's working too. Nope, 0%. Okay, next question would be, do you, what, okay, if you're imagining making, where do I even begin? Well, I would say, if you like to spend time learning and getting better at something, and if you have any familiarity with like learning a new language, like an actual language in real life, like not a programming language, but a spoken language, and the hurdles that are involved in doing that, then, or let's say if you're already well versed in, like say algebra wasn't a problem for you to pick up, and you know, that kind of thing, then I would say the programming side of it won't be that difficult to get a handle on, because a lot of it's just syntax, like how you type things. Don't look at this, because this is scary, and I'm doing something kind of weird and sloppy right now. So don't pay no attention to what I'm doing. Okay, so... But what, out of curiosity, you know, imagining that you get it and you're playing with it, you're doing, you know, what game, like what kind of game are you wanting to do? Like you're maybe not the one you start with, but what are you imagining like making? See, I would honestly say, if you're coming in completely never having done a programming language, then it might be in your best interest to oops, gone. Let's see. Oh, okay. these are all... Well, I mean, it's not a bad place to start. I mean, if you're imagining like a career in game development, then what I would say is don't even bother with GameMaker and go straight into Unity and learning C# or something like that. Just because if you're completely starting blank with the programming language, that might be the way to go. GameMaker, this text right here, this is their scripting language called GML, and it's all right. Oh, okay. I'm not even on Google. Maybe that's the problem. Well, you see it in action. Yeah, so something like this is possible to make in GameMaker. Is it a kind of memorization too? Like you have to know the way that everything's going to appear, play the stage again, memorize it, and try to get it right kind of thing? Looks like maybe, or is it totally random? It looks like maybe it's just you just stay alive, however long you can stay alive. This is like old school gaming right here, man. This is cool. I mean, it might be good to, like, if you have the money to spare and you think you have the time to dedicate to it, and you know, I would say sit down with there's tutorials that it comes with. Like, for instance, if we do, if you go here into Marketplace, they actually have a bunch of demos that you can download. So, yeah, these tutorials here. And this is about gestures, this is about the debugger, and then they have the games themselves that you can download demos of, and then just a bunch of tutorials. So, you know, right out of the box, you can get you're kind of down to the wire, man. I think what, Thursday's the last day. Wow, that's impressive. Yeah, those are like a lot of old school games are like that, where it's just how long can you go, and it's you versus yourself, and I love those kinds of games because it's just all your skill and abilities and everything. Alright, let's see how good we made. But, I mean, so there's plenty of videos out there too. Sean Spalding has some great YouTube videos. You'll probably see his stuff a lot when you search GameMaker. There's a girl who's let me get her stuff up for you. She's got some really great whoa. She's got some really great Let me just search GameMaker RPG. So she is doing a fantastic series. Yeah, Friendly Cosmonaut. Let me send you the channel in the chat. So this is a good YouTuber right here. She's doing some amazingly well done instructional videos. I like her style a lot. She seems like she really thinks about how she's going to put together each video. Sean's a little more like loose with his stuff, but it's still really good. And he's actually published a few games, so that's his stuff right there. You need to be careful looking through some of his videos because it's going to be for the older version of GameMaker. And I'm not too familiar with a lot of these other guys that like, there's a lot of other YouTubers out there, and honestly, there's quite a few videos that I've seen that have kind of not the best instructional stuff, but the GameMaker comes with those tutorials out of the box, which are really good. And if you're just willing to stick through it, I mean, okay, let me ask you this: have you ever done any like have you ever done any sorry, kind of got my brain thinking too here. Gotta do two things at once. Have you ever done any like anything in Photoshop or anything where you're using like a GUI to make something else happen? Like maybe, well, video editing actually might be a good example. Have you ever done any video editing, like in a video editing program? Because that's the other half of it, is just learning the interface and whatnot. Okay, this might crash right off the bat. Let's try it. Okay. Oh, no. Oh, no. Okay, left and right are working. The top and bottom are not. Alright, there's our pellet eating power. Okay, we're getting there. We're getting there. So we got left and right working good. Top and bottom, not so much. I'm doing something weird here. This is messy, dude, what I'm doing here, so I'm going to come back and clean this code tomorrow, so pay no attention to it. Don't let this scare you. But I would say challenge yourself. Like, if you had more time, my suggestion would absolutely be to oh, that's what's going on. My suggestion would 100% be to like download the demo, and then because you can download the demo and there's a couple limitations on it, but you should be able to use it enough to like get an idea if it's something that you would enjoy doing. Yeah. How are you, imagine possibly, like, are you in high school or what out of high school? I mean, okay, so my my experience programming goes as far back as when I was a kid. When I was like 12 is when I started doing this stuff. So, I mean, age isn't really a factor. Oh, okay. Well, cool. Yeah, then I'd say do it, man. Like, just dedicate some time to it, and I'm going to be streaming pretty much every chance I get to do this kind of stuff. I'm just getting started. Literally, this is, well, you see in the YouTube title, where am I at? This is my 4th or 5th night doing this. I do have a lot of experience in, yeah, 5th night using GameMaker. After I went through the, okay, so here's what I did. And you can do this without buying it. You can watch the tutorial video that I watched for, let me send you that. But I think you have until tonight or tomorrow. First game. Okay, so you're going to want to do this one. So here's what I did. I watched this video here, and so they have training videos for something called D&D, which is the drag and drop stuff. You don't even want to mess with that. Don't even bother. You want to go into the GameMaker language stuff, GML. So that's, I watched that video, and then these are the docs for GameMaker. And so when you load it up, it would look like this page here. And what I would do, so I went through here, started at the introduction, and then I just started reading everything. And then, yeah, they've got like a guide for like how to use the interface and all that kind of stuff. And then once I got through all this, go down to scripting and then GameMaker GML, and there's an overview and a reference. And when you're actually using GameMaker, this is where you're going to spend most of your life, is in these help docs, which you can get to from inside GameMaker. But the language overview, and then they'll have a basic code structure, and then you just, down here at the bottom, start going right, and then reading, and then clicking right, and reading this stuff will help you just sort of retain certain bits of information. And so reading this stuff and watching some videos, and then just kind of following along in the training videos and stuff, and really diving into this documentation, scripting language. So like these two sections here, first do the overview. You can break it out. There's a bunch of information in here. It'll get you, so like when you go inside code, click next on functions down here, next on scripts down here, next on here, until you're all done. Yeah, and then it'll take you on to arrays, and it'll just take you through the whole thing. And some of it, you know, might be too much information, and if you feel like, because it'll especially tell you if it's like for advanced stuff, then you don't necessarily have to pay as much attention to it, but it's going to teach you the commands and stuff available to you. So if anything, you'll just start to learn the language that they have. Yeah. Well, and, you know, GameMaker was what, you might be familiar with Spelunky. And the original version of Spelunky was made in GameMaker. And then I think it's Nilhogg, is that how you say it, the sword fighting game? That one was made in GameMaker. So there's some pretty, like, pretty decent sized titles that end up getting published on it. Okay, let me try this again, see if this works. Yeah, so the version that because I just bought it myself. Yo-Yo Games. Well, obviously you're looking at where is it? Marketplace? No, not Marketplace. GameMaker. There we go. So I did this one. The developer went for $79. And you can publish to Steam with this, and the Mac App Store, and the Ubuntu. That's enough, man, for you to like start seeing what you can do. You can make Windows executables, so you can just make a Windows installer or an executable, and just give it to a buddy and have them start playtesting your game. Get feedback from people, that kind of thing. Oh, another thing is I would recommend watching, like if you want to dive into game making, because it sounds like you already kind of looked at a lot of videos, is yeah, the Game Developers Conference. So this isn't all of them, because you have to pay to watch all of their videos, but their YouTube channel has a lot of them. So this channel here, there's a lot of different videos where they talk about game development and sort of pitfalls of like indie development, and just it's really good to watch to get like an idea of like the struggles of game development and that kind of thing, and kind of the challenges and stuff. There's a lot of smug people in these videos. Don't let that deter you. There's a lot of like kind of cocky people in here, but then there's a lot of like really humble folks. But definitely recommend these. You know, if you're at work and you want to like have something to listen to in the background, that would be my recommendation. Nice. Have a good night. Let me know what you do. Not yet, completionist. I'm not able to eat pellets going up though, so working that out right now. It's nice to have somebody who's not. See, I like I get older people in here, and that's nice. I'm 35, so we're all good. I'm used to live stream, and I got a lot of younger folk. Not my thing. Why is it not eating the pellet? Alright, we're gonna do, see if we even hit that part of the code. Take me back to the game. Oh, I need to hit continue. So it's not even getting hit. Okay, so the collision is not even being detected. Let's look at some variables. Locals. We're going to go through the step code. Self. Other. Yeah, man. It's coming along though. I mean, it's starting to like. You missed out on a lot of my. I had a lot of success and nobody got to see it. I was streaming by myself. I'm like, oh man, nobody gets to see this miracle that's happening. Like um, I was getting all this stuff done, and I had no one to share it with. It was a crushing blow. Oh, there's our problem. I found it. Okay, sweet. About to fix the tile problem. But I got the collision going in silence, like nobody was here to watch that happening, and it was like miraculous. And had no one to share it with. It's like, damn it. I think I'm only a year younger than you. I think I'm actually 36. I can't remember off the top of my head. See that? Yeah, 36 because I was born in 81. So, okay. All right. So this should start eating up the pellets going up too. Let's see. Yes. Look at that. Look at him go. All right. I'm just gonna do the whole stage. So one thing that Pacman did that I'll have to add to this as well is that when you were eating pellets, you actually went a little bit slower. It slowed you down. Look at that. It's gorgeous. Oops. Boom. Looking good. Okay. So we kind of did everything, man. See, even though I'm home, I have 2 months off. I can't watch as much YouTube as I usually do. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. That's why I'm doing this at night. That's exactly why I'm doing this at night, man. So my wife's gonna help me with the graphics. So right now what I'm doing is I'm cloning Pacman, but the plan is to get the code done, get it all solid. We got Pacman, and then basically do our own graphics and like character stuff, and kind of like how Miss Pacman got made actually, and publish it essentially. So like make the stages and things, and really take it to like, you know, Pacman. You're kind of, it's got its own look and feel, but we got some ideas that are not, you know, obviously it wouldn't be Pacman or anything like that. It would be our own unique thing, and so like one of the ideas is to just not have linear like linear level design, and I'm probably gonna make it 16 by 9 because that's the new hotness. She's in the other room right now. The baby's down. She's sleeping. She usually goes to sleep around 8:39. She was keeping us up for the longest time until we finally put her in her room. And first night was rough, man. That was really hard. It takes so much strength to not want to just pick her up. But we worked out a good. We did the Ferber method, I guess, which is a combination of sort of letting her cry a little bit, but like being in the room, and it really worked. Because then after that, she was good to go. All right, here we go. So I'm making a GIF of this because I want to share it with some of my buddies. So the cool thing about how I'm doing the pellets is that they use absolutely no memory. Like, the way that most people would do this in GameMaker is each pellet would be an object that, okay, it looks like that's as far as I can go. Okay. Is this it? Yeah. Oh, my mouse is there. Okay, well, that'll have to do. And I'm going to save this as HD. And then I'm going to send this to my buddies. I gotta show off. I gotta send it to my wife too. Okay, it's rendering it. I should throw this on Twitter as well. Oh, I didn't need to do HD. What was I thinking? I'm gonna do this. My wife has gone to bed. It's hard for us to get to sleep at the same time, so I have to wait for her to hit round. Oh, that sucks. Yeah, I mean, thankfully, as I'm getting older, it's easier for me to fall asleep. I am definitely restless. Like, I usually am kept awake with existential crisis. And I'm going to send this to my wife. Personal messages in a live stream. Okay. So that's that. And let's tweet this out. I gotta tweet my accomplishment, otherwise I'm not a living human being and my existence is worthless. Okay, so that's tweeting. So now, do I keep going? What do I do, man? Do I keep going? I think I should keep going. So we've got pellets. Power pellets can come after ghosts. But I think the next thing is ghosts. Holy crap. Look at this. I can just play this forever. Okay. So, dude, how do I do the ghosts? It is the little victories. Yeah, now I'm so old I can't stay up in existential crisis. I'm too tired. And it also changed, like, before our daughter came, I would stay awake afraid of, well, it was after she came. I would stay awake. Like, because before I had kids, I would stay awake and be like, oh, what happens when I die? And blah, 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 blah. And get all freaked out and stuff. And then, as soon as I had a kid, it instantly became, like, I don't, like, it's still selfish, but completely for her, where it's like, I want to be with her as long as possible, and, like, what happens if I die? What happens to her? So it totally switches to the kid. Like, what happened? I need to make sure my kid's okay. My kid's okay. My kid's okay. What can I do? So that's like, and I know you know that feeling too, because you know, the dedication that you have with your job and everything. It was planned. It was planned to a very large degree. Like, not anything crazy, but we definitely were like, okay, we're getting this car because it'll be good for a kid, and we're going to do this, and we're going to do that. And so we definitely were thinking about it, and then you know, we tried, and it was like instant. Instant baby. It's like, oh crap, okay, well that was easy. It's a good thing we were careful this whole time. It's possible. We don't know. I feel really bad, you know. I know it's really hard for some people, and you know, people don't talk about it, but losing a kid is pretty common as well. Okay. So ghosts. How do the ghosts work in Pacman? I don't remember. So one of them's, does it start out that way? I forget. Is one out of the stage from the beginning? Yeah. 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 Well, we have a simple life. I'm not afraid to admit that. And I think like we've scaled back our life tremendously, and I don't think we'd be as happy right now if we hadn't done that so long ago in the first place. And like the control, shift. Trying to see there's a way to get rid of the grid. Is it the snap to grid? So we've definitely been making some conscious choices in our lives. Oh, here we go, snap. Alright, we're just going to try this. It's probably going to blow everything up. So change the origin. I'm like, oh, let me break the game now that I've got everything working. Yeah, the character doesn't even want to move. Wow, that's weird. Yeah, exactly. And you've got kids, right? If I recall. All right. Look at this. Look at this. All right. So I'm gonna run the debugger. I just want to see how much money we're rolling in, or memory we're using. Oops. Not bad, man. Only 18 megabytes. It actually hasn't grown since I started making that game either. Very good. Look at that, frames per second. 3,000. Don't you want that? Isn't that awesome? 3,000 frames a second? That's insane. No kids, wife didn't want me, I gotta... Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, and it's reversible too, if you really wanted it to be. But yeah, that is true. And honestly, vasectomy has less impact. Like for a female, for a woman, the procedure has, like, you've got to take, it messes with your biochemistry, and you've got to take supplements, and like a hysterectomy. So just for the females, I mean, it's actually post-op and until menopause, I think. It's costly because you've got to adjust your chemicals so that you're balanced the way you were before it happened. So that's the way to go. Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, that's the thing is, like, you're gonna have, like, nieces or nephews, or, like, if you want, like, any parent is gonna be like, if you really wanted to be involved in a kid's life, and you have somebody who has a kid, like, any parent's gonna be like, yes, please take the kid for the day, So, like, that's something that we're gonna have to go through. We haven't quite gotten there yet. Grandparents are kind of out of practice with child taking care of, so we're a little hesitant to let her get babysitted just yet. But that's something we gotta get over at some point. Okay, so ghosts. Ghost. Alright, well, let's draw a ghost. Let's just make our ghost sprites, right? Let's do that part first. So we're going to create objects. And I'm trying to remember Miss Pacman. Ghosts. Ghost names. Can't remember. Yeah, I get that. Blinky, Pinky, Inky, and Clyde. Right. Oh, yeah, man. Oh, it happens every day so far. She's got such a personality, it's crazy. She's so funny. And she's full of love, too. That's a crazy part. So what happens if you choose a sprite? So you can't. Okay, so you can't. You gotta make one sprite per. Alright. We're making our first ghost. And the size is going to be 32 by 32. And let's make our ghost. So we're just going to... what is the scale? Alright, how's that for a ghost? Let's go by pixel. Okay, here's our ghost. And I'm going to copy this ghost. And, oh, I can duplicate. There we go. That's easy. There we go. And Pinky's pink. Okay. Like, what color is he? We name Pinky. Yeah, she's got such a personality. Actually, I have to whisper because she's in the other room. I keep hearing her get a little restless. But I'm going to be doing this in the garage soon. We're reorganizing the garage. So, but once that's done, I'll be in the garage and be able to talk loud and have the mic and all that kind of stuff. So that'll be good. Okay, so let's go back to Pinky. Let's make Pinky pink. There's Pinky. That's not pink enough. Gotta make it really pink. There we go. Pinky's like that teal color, right? Like this. And Clyde is orange. It's a good orange. Yeah, that's good. Okay, so there's our ghosts. Now we need to assign them. Okay, ghosts complete. Okay, we're all set there. Yeah, you too, man. It was nice talking to you again. Sorry I couldn't engage more. Okay. I think I'm in a good stopping point. But Because now I gotta learn about pathfinding. I will, man. You have a good night. Alright, let's see. It's nice talking to you. Okay. So I think something's wrong with my scale. How am I gonna do... How am I gonna do this? Do I make a tile map? I mean, do I tell it where each turn is? Like if I made a layout. I mean, I could just program it to, when it gets to a corner, just go left or right. Just go up or down. Go random direction. Just program it to go to a bunch of random directions. Initially. I could do that. But I'm thinking that it needs to be smart enough to go. The character is right here. It's this many turns away from them. God, this is gonna be tough. This is the hard part. Okay. I think it's time to start working on the graphics because I can already see some problems that I'm gonna run into. So the pellets are on 32 grid space. The character is much larger than that. So character is gonna be 64. Alright, well, I'm gonna call it for tonight, guys. I got a lot done.